Welcome to another episode of Know Them Better.
Wow.
And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys. Musa answered his questions and it was lovely. We've enjoyed every second and every moment. It was beautiful. And please make sure to subscribe and like so you can see more of
Like.
these beautiful peoples. These beautiful peoples. It's all happening. So we thank you. We are here talking to Sesnye Lady Kosa. Salani on Guyana land of blood.
Woo.
And a lot of drama happening. A lot of drama.
Yeah.
Well, I want to start before I go further. Uri, you are so beautiful.
Yay.
Your eyes, they're priceless.
Oh, mna cancer. Thank you guys. Thanks to my mom and God.
Yeah. And then Kongi Uri, she just want to tell you that she's crushing on you. Come out. He's crushing on you. Uri, you are very beautiful. Men, women, we don't know. Who's
Right.
crushing. Anyway.
That's all right. We live in a free world. Whoever you want to love.
You know, even though Clinton, Uri, he loves you so much, Tisalani, or he loves Tisalani's character. He loves this character. She's so Uri, you're so exquisite. You have a very soft, charming voice.
Hey,
Charming
Clinton. Hey.
Charming voice. Charming voice. What do you mean charming
Musa
voice?
ukarata me.
Actually, guys, let's be honest. She's the opposite. She's the Vukosi version. This one. Let's be frank about this.
Me anhlanye. Vukosi wahlanye. Vukosi mnatihanyi wabo. Like there's something eating him inside.
Angahlanye, Tisalani.
Angahlanye.
She's crazy. She's crazy. No. She's crazy. Trust
She's just
me.
in love. A woman in love.
You are her favorite. She's my favorite actress on Galen of Blood. Yeah. Even though Queen Agu, she's so beautiful. Say.
Wow, shame. Thank you, Queen.
At least now she has a weave on because she doesn't
Right. Listen.
Okay, let's jump into this. You guys asked questions. Now you want to know her better, and just this is what this segment is all about, so you can know her better. Now let's start. Imani, in Samu, what I've always loved Tisalani. So carrying on loving her. Thanks, beautiful man. Thank you. If my question goes, where is she from? What Palabra is watching?
Oh, first of all, Iman Nhlamu. Thank you very much for your question. Well, man, nkule Mpumalanga in Hazelview, but I say it's Hama White River, men Tamala Joni, obviously, because I work for Giyani, and the studios are here in Joburg, and sometimes we go to Giyani. So thank you, Palabora, for watching.
The second one, yeah, Abraham, almost the same. It's answering Uma Queen because your song sounds very deep and it's very. Your song appears to be very deep and different from that's spoken on other actors. What's up with that?
Well, I never thought about me. Uma Bushback Ridge, Uma Mozambique originally. Well, Vakokwan, my mom's. Obviously, I also grew up, Model C school, post 94. So I went to school with a lot of different races: Mozambican people, white people, Indian people, colored people. So the general language that we spoke at school was English. And if you would speak any other language,
was an issue.
It was an issue. In the hallways,
I remember that because even at my school, what they'll do, if they find you on in the campus speaking any other language, medium of instruction English.
Medium of instruction is English.
It was a line. I remember at my school they did that as well.
So, grade 1, I didn't know a lick of English, and they actually wanted to keep me back for a year because they were like, no, this girl doesn't know how to speak English. It was only Tonga. I only spoke Tonga. My whole family is Tonga. I don't have any other Zulu, Swati, just Tonga. It took me about a year to learn English. They didn't hold me back. And now I know English better than I know my own language. But I think the best thing about Giyani is that we relearning. That's what we're trying to do.
I like that because one thing that a lot of people don't know about me, they think I'm so fluent and I'm so commanding of the language as Tonga. And I had the same situation as you because I went to these schools where Tonga, it was always English, medium of instruction.
Yes.
And then I lost the command.
Yes.
And then when I started doing acting, like for example now with Giyani, I would say this is the first time in my life as an actor I get a script translated in Tonga and had to read the lines in Tonga.
Exactly.
I'm relearning as well.
Exactly.
But for you, how's that? I mean, are you finding? Because I know for a fact. When we started, she's laughing. She knows where I'm going with this. She was
nervous.
She was nervous. She was nervous and very uncomfortable because remember, when you don't command the language, it's very nerve-wracking. And I remember you were quite nervous. How was that?
Yo, it was very nerve-wracking because when we first got the scripts, everything was written in Malamlele Tsonga. It wasn't in Bushbuckridge Tsonga, this Tsonga, that Tsonga. So as time went on, I think they realized that, you know what, this girl is struggling to speak. Instead of to say Mfukile, the script would say Mfukini. And I don't say Mfukini, I say Mfukile. Like that, yes. You know, small little changes. So I think they realized that, oh, okay, let's help her and let her speak in the dialect that she speaks. In our Tsonga, we say Nlakulmanawe. But obviously that's a borrowed word from Zulu.
Of course, yes.
In pure Tsonga, whatever that means.
But again, so, I think such things, and of course, they would make me nervous.
Yes.
I would be uncomfortable.
Yes.
I mean, which made sense. And what I liked about what you did, which is beautiful, a lot of people don't do this. You came, remember we spoke at Gyan. You came, and I think I came to your room, and you asked a genuine question. Fumani, in this case, what then do we do? That's beautiful though, because at least you didn't give up. You say, oh my God, no, let me not fight. And you fought for it.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really great. Also, Loy Uri, Ranzo is asking, how old is she? And Uru Uchatile na, and if not, are you seeing someone? And lastly, how did you get into acting? Uchatile, how old are you? How did you get into acting?
Okay, I'm 25. I'm not married, and I started acting loco Aniresh Kolo in grade 3. Obviously doing drama and all these extra things.
Grade 3?
Yes. I was always that kid, like didn't want to do sports, didn't want to do academics.
You like him? You like him?
And like act and then.
He doesn't want to do sports.
That was my attitude, like I don't want anything but
grade
acting.
3?
Yeah. And I remember my first play was the Wizard of, what is it? The Witch of Wizard? What is it?
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. And I was playing the Wicked Witch of the West.
Such a white school.
It was so white.
So, okay, 25, grade 3. Wow, that's been happening. And you're not married?
No, I'm chata.
Looking to go those directions?
Secure my future. Hey.
Okay, some of these questions, guys, are quite repetitive. I don't ask them because we don't ask them because someone is also asking where are you from and all of that. Anyway, Uri, King Forbes, Uri, he loves your strong command of the Tsonga mother tongue.
Hey, well, Ntirengo Shem. Yo, I really sat down with my script and they gave me a translated script. I sat down and I said, this is how I speak. I'm going to change this word. So once I started to take command, like Fumani said in the beginning, I was super nervous and I was just like, I just have to say what the script says. But now I'm taking my time. I'm breaking down the script. I'm calling my mother like, Antunzuka Ulabula is this way and that way and that way. How do I change this word to make it like the way we speak from Mpumalanga? For example, chata. We don't say chata in Mpumalanga, we say shata.
Exactly.
But because I'm now getting used to the Giyani and Malamlele Tsonga, I'm starting to say chata.
But
so
also,
it's a yeah.
But also,
it's a push and
pull. Isn't that your car?
Yes, it is. He took it to go get the wheel fixed. That's my boyfriend.
Oh, she just answered that question. She's not married, but she's taken. Sorry, guys. I know you said she's beautiful. I'm not available. You see, it's written here. But anyway, what I want to say about Maka, the command of the language.
Yeah.
And this whole debate about dialects,
yeah,
about pure dialect, about Xitsonga, which for me I think is nonsense. There's nothing called Xitsonga.
Yeah.
A language is a language. There's a standardized way of that was done because we wanted to make it easier for the academic side. But
exactly.
I'm sure when they did that, they were not trying to make the other to be more inferior or superior for the other towards the other. Now, here's what production did actually. We made sure everyone speak in their dialect.
Yeah.
Why so? Because it's to make sure that you become comfortable.
Exactly.
Because you recall at the beginning of production, you were not the only one who was nervous.
Yeah.
A lot of actors were nervous because now the guy is not translating the scripts. Right. They speak of a certain dialect.
Right.
But even me myself, I changed a lot of things to suit my particular dialect. And I think the command comes from that because at the end of the day, you're not scared to speak how you are comfortable.
Yeah.
And it also, don't you think it also opens up the education and the No, I won't say education. It opens us more as Batsonga towards each other.
Exactly.
So we find each other.
Exactly. I'll make an example about opening up more. You see Zulu people, obviously, because they've been, running everything for the longest time, they have an understanding of their dialects. When they hear Zulu from Joburg, they will never say, oh, that person is not a pure Zulu because they're not speaking the Zulu from KZN. They'll just say Umzulu Lomuntu. End of story. Even if they're putting in English, even if they're putting in Afrikaans, Umzulu Lomuntu. So I think with Tonga people, we also have to start accepting that there are Tonga people that speak Malamlele Tonga, Joburg Tonga, Bush Tonga, Hazelview Tonga, Mozambican Tonga. And
at the end of the day,
it's still Tonga. It's not Tonga, half Tonga, quarter Tonga, full. It's all Tonga.
It's all Tonga. Which I totally agree with you. Yeah. Precious.
Oh, can I say one more thing about the language thing?
Yes,
Another thing is they told us specifically, Loko Isungula production, we can't use English, not even one word. That's how it started. So I feel like everyone was panicking because we used to speaking mixed Tonga with English. So now it was like, you have to speak pure Tonga. And it was a challenge, but I think now we've all overcame it and we're gelling. We're learning new words like Mkaneki Sinkulu.
I did not know that word.
None of us ever knew that word.
Listen, and I'm glad you brought that up. Like I say, people, they would like to celebrate me as one of the guys who fought for Chitsonga on TV.
Yeah, you did.
But, I don't know the language. I don't have the command of the language. I just spoke what I know every day.
Yeah.
And then here comes the script with, guys, you don't understand how many words I've learned, new words. Mukaneki is one word that I've learned, and a lot of them. So I like the fact that they insist that no English.
Exactly.
A note came out from production, but no English, guys. Stick, because there was a point, if you guys remember, at the beginning of production, we would put Tonga words, English words there and there.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I'll be the first to admit, even then I'll buy well.
Sometimes Naba is a shame, because I don't want to in my acting. If it's gonna ruin the performance, I'll just use an English word. But if I'm prepared enough, I should be able to use all the Tonga words. But sometimes you're tired, there's a lot of things going on, and you don't want to ruin your performance, so you just sometimes use an English word because you want to perform and not think about a word.
And at the end of the day, it's about that performance. So people buy what we do. But then there's this thing about we don't care about the language, we don't respect the language, blah 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 blah. But for the fact that production even said to us, we need to speak in English, we need to speak English Tonga. Isn't that respect of the language enough?
Exactly.
Exactly. What for you? How is that? What do you think about that?
Nangwe Namilek Johnson. I've seen so many people write things on Twitter like, what's that word? I don't know that word. It's like everyone is relearning. Like Tonga people, I feel like most of us are kind of scared of our language once we get out of our habitats. Once we leave Giyani, Mpumalanga, and come to Joburg, Cape Town, we start speaking Zulu. We know it more than our own language. So now all the Tonga people are relearning, and I think that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
All relearning.
That's beautiful. Ibi Precious, what inspires you to be an actor? Of course. What do you expect in acting, and in reality, do you love Musa? Guys, we just said she has a boyfriend, and now what are you doing? But anyway,
let's start with the Musa one.
Yes.
I want to start with that one.
Yes.
Namranza Shem Musa. I love him, but not
in reality.
Not in a romantic way, but Namranza Shem.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a very good connection.
He's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy, very bubbly. He gets along with everyone. He's like the coolest kid in the block.
I agree.
He really is.
And then what inspires you?
What inspires me? Honestly, when I first started watching movies, I was like, I just want to do this. I want to make people feel happy, because I was always that kid, typical acting story, performing for the parents, performing for Vakokwan, Lokova and all of that. And then I was like, okay, I want to do this. How do I do it? Can I make this a profession? And because my mom actually studied a BA, and she wanted to be a performer. She wanted to be a model, but not long term. Yeah, she was a model back in the day. In the little bikini, there's like pictures of her. And then she studied a BA, and she wanted to do like linguistics and stuff in entertainment. But apartheid, it was impossible.
That thing apartheid, because it messed us up in so many levels. That's why I find that as Batsonga right now, we're busy having these infights.
Exactly.
It's all the apartheid legacy that put in us to think that others are inferior, others are superior with a simple thing as a language. But we are one, guys.
So
do you guys research? Do her and Wise Men ever do research about law, since you guys play lawyers in the show? And if not, I advise them to do so to improve their knowledge of the profession. Do you guys do research?
Well, Kahle men like Johnson to be a Muyimeri, to be a lawyer.
In real life?
Yes. I'm studying via UNISA, yes. I failed one module. So I'm repeating it because Giyani, elected, and we're busy. But yeah, we do research. They do research for us too. They bring us notes on the side, like, okay, this is what this means, this is what that means. But we definitely do need to go the extra mile. I think if you feel like there's loopholes, then we'll go the extra mile. My dad is also a lawyer, so I always call him to when I see a word that I don't understand that's very law jargon. But yeah, we will go the extra mile. I think we should, for the sake of...
It's key.
Yeah,
it's
for
critical.
the sake of...
How is Naledi different from Tisalani in terms of personality?
Completely different. Tiselani is boring. She's plain. She's love and baby obsessed, and she just wants a home. Janguya yena, like tamakaya and be a housewife. I'm opposite. I'm a slay queen, but I don't do funny things and I don't party a lot. But I love to have my hair done, my makeup. I like to dress up.
I will tell you this, partner. This is a secret that I should not be exposing. I remember when we first came to production, the note was good. No, we must not play with weaves yet. We must.
Unquatenjan. I was like, what? No weave.
And look how beautiful she is. I mean, like, can you be out to make from the beauty? Anyway, she was so.
And you mustn't get it twisted. I love my natural self, but I'm an extrovert. I like to look like
but again,
what I feel.
Again, remember TV Kotala, we portray not reality.
Exactly.
So you don't want to go there as well. So you're right. Let's not twist it. Because she was upset about that is because that's how she is. No, it's not the case. Just a TV, we portray certain realities. But do you ever think about quitting? Did you ever thought about quitting while you were studying? And how did you get past that? And what do you love most about playing Tisalani, and what do you learn from her?
Acting. When I was in acting school, I was always the first one. I was never late. Like, I was doing something that I love. So no, I never thought of quitting when I was in school. Now I feel like quitting law school, but I won't. But yeah. Yes, I went to LA. I saved up, guys. It wasn't a dream that just came out of nowhere. I worked in Akajo, Santon City for a year and a half. I saved about 100,000 rand. My parents sold one of their cars for like 60K. They pumped it in. I got a scholarship for about $7,000. And then I made my way. So I really tried. Like, it wasn't just get up and go. Yeah, it wasn't a get up and go. And a lot of my friends would come see me in the shop and they'd feel sorry for they'd see me working in a store like I was shame, but not knowing that I had a bigger picture, like I'm going to America.
Listen, and you see the bigger picture, Kotala, we miss it. And sometimes I'm gonna also bring this in the show, because sometimes even I think as a Tonga community, we miss it a bit with Guyana. Sometimes we miss the bigger picture and we're gonna focus only on the detail. Name, I was a waiter for 5 years. Yeah. And the bigger picture was that I'm not going to go home. I want to do acting. And what if I become a waiter, I'm saving up money and I'm able to pay for stuff here at Joni whilst working towards the bigger picture of being a performer.
Exactly.
And 20 years later, almost, it has paid off.
Yeah.
On the last ones, which is quite fun questions.
Excuse me.
What then? In Sobo, what happens if you are given lines by the writers, which your partner is, and your partner is married? Would you like to watch that, or what happens on TV, basically?
You mean how does my partner feel, about me doing like sexual scenes, basically with? He's sad. He doesn't even want to see the scenes. He's like, that scene comes out. He's not Tsonga, but I'm teaching him Tsonga. So yeah, he's not okay with it. He's not comfortable, but he understands and he respects my craft, and he knows that it's not real.
Yeah,
but it hurts him to see it.
I think that's key. Yeah. Would you quit to save your marriage if you're married, and the guy will have to excuse you to continue you building yourself? What?
Oh no, never. I would never quit. This is my dream. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend because he was like, I can't date an actor. I was like, peace.
You joke?
I'm serious.
What happened there?
It was a lot, man. It was a lot. Like going to auditions. He's like, why are you going to a hotel to audition? Why? Like, it was just a lot of insecurities. And it was like, every time it was holding me back to do things. Not necessarily stopping me for real, but just giving me that feeling like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe this won't work in a marriage to be with someone like this. But I realized, like, this is my dream. I can't give up my dream for someone. So I broke up with him.
We can't do that. And I respect you for that, honestly, because at the end of the day, it's about what we're happy about inside. If we're happy inside, all the other things, even in marriage, in relationships, works better, actually.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but it was fun. I enjoyed every second and every minute of this.
Me too.
Did you ask about that one? Iman. Thokozani Pindani Sizwe Tlhatshwayo. Urume nakulawa ti. And then Musa Lava, Upis, walk, what lava? So, Tokozan.
Ekaya va lava tihomu shem papa. Va lava tihomu. So loko u lava loko u serious u ta fika na tihomu. A ku na nkenge ta vulavula.
Ta fana because na
exactly 150k boy. Straight. If you're not on Bukosi's level, forget about it.
That guy 150k.
Hey, we worked hard to be where we are. We worth it.
Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure hanging out now. Nyelit Kosa. Yes. She's answered hopefully all your questions and she was honest, very honest. So thank you. Thanks to our DOP, Wulani Shiluba.
14-year-old doing the most. You gotta start young.
Watch on the next episode who we'll be talking to. So guys, subscribe, like, and pass it on. Pass the message. Sharp.